Well, the Iowa Hawkeyes certainly missed Connor McCaffery when he hurt his ankle against Rutgers earlier this month, but it showed the value he brings to the team and just how well he does at facilitating for the team. Hawkeye headquarters reporter Jarek Andreski says his unselfish play has always been a part of his game.
Like father, like son, it should come to no surprise that Iowa head coach Fran McCaffery's oldest son, Connor, turned out to be such a high IQ ball player. And while his stat line may not particularly jump out at you, the eye test shows just how much value he brings to a team.
I've always just kind of tried to pride myself in being somebody who makes the right play regardless of the situation, regardless of who's around me. It's just been kind of my game, and I try to pride myself in it.
It's a play style that seamlessly fits what the Hawkeyes need in their starting rotation, with sharpshooters like Jordan Bohannon, Joe Wieskamp, and C.J. Frederick, along with the nation's top scorer Luka Garza on the low block. A player with a pass-first mentality is crucial.
I've always been someone who tries to make the right play, and when I'm playing with the people that I have around me, it just makes my job easier. Every team needs role players, and I've kind of tried to embrace that, and I think we have a lot of other guys that have done the same, and that's what makes our offense flow.
It's a mindset that his coach, who knows him pretty well, spotted at a young age.
I think he kind of always had it in him, would always come to practice when he was in kindergarten and first grade, second grade. So he would watch film with me, so that was sort of ingrained upon him.
Connor still has a year and a half left at the University of Iowa, but will Fran's oldest son follow in his footsteps as a coach?
I think he would be a really good one. I think it would be hard for him to distance himself from the game. I think he would make a great coach. But to be truthful, I'm not sure his mother would encourage that career path.
She's definitely objective, I would say. She's not a huge fan of the idea. And that's kind of been I feel like that's why she's always put such a stress on my schoolwork, so that I didn't have to get into coaching. But, I think that she would definitely be supportive if it ended up being something I wanted to do.
Connor still has some time to decide whether or not he wants to pursue a career in coaching. In the meantime, he and the Hawkeyes will be preparing for a matchup against Northwestern on the road this upcoming Sunday. Reporting for Local 4 Sports, I'm Jarek Andreski.